The purpose of this discussion is to convey what working with Bachrach and Associates looks like during the first few months on your journey. You should already have all the details about the financial cost, the length of time in the program, and a high-level overview of the program as that's outlined in the email that we sent you along with the links to enroll in the program. This discussion, however, is going to go significantly deeper into exactly what you get, exactly what happens in the program, and what results you can expect from your participation in the program. It takes about 40 minutes to watch the video. I recommend that you watch this video with anyone who will offer support in your day-to-day life. People like your spouse, your business partner, close friends, colleagues, anyone who's willing to be a part of your journey, and especially those people who are impacted by your success. This is an exciting journey, and having more people involved in your accountability will provide the extra support to achieve your goals. Now take a moment before we begin to write out any questions that you feel need to be addressed so that you feel good about enrolling in the program. I'm not concerned about you feeling comfortable about enrolling in the program. As a matter of fact, if comfort is your goal, success is not likely to be in your future. Most great things happen on the other side of discomfort. However, I am very concerned that you feel good about enrolling in the program. You have to have the drive and passion to make this journey work. So pause the recording now and write out any questions that you have. Good. With your questions in writing, let's proceed. This is not a silver bullet. You will have to do the work. In this program, I'm going to make sure that you are focused on doing the right things and doing them right. So even though there are no silver bullets, there are literally thousands of advisors that have gone ahead of you and paved the road for you. Countless hours have gone into the development of what we teach you in the values-based financial planning turnkey business model, but you're still going to have to be the one that does the work. So you have to feel good about what you're doing. Again, before we move forward, make sure that you write any questions that you have. And then after the video is done, you can email me the questions that are still left unanswered, and I can address them either before our next call or on our next call. You can see here a financial roadmap and a success roadmap. Now, we've defined some of your business goals and what's important to you on your success roadmap, but your success roadmap is not yet complete. There's more work to be done on it. You need to clearly identify what you want in your ideal life. Although we have the beginning of that vision, during this program, you're going to have total clarity on what you want in your ideal life. The more clearly you can see it, the higher the likelihood that you're going to achieve it. Your financial and success roadmaps are the foundation of the work that we do together to ensure that you are on the path to live the life that you want to live on purpose. The Ideal Life Evaluation Program is specifically designed for financial advisors to create the greatest impact in the shortest period of time. This is not a wait and see if it works kind of program. There have been thousands of financial advisors that have come before you, and countless hours that have gone into the creation of the turnkey business model. The evaluation program that you are being invited into is an immediate hit the ground running kind of program that's been built and based on the work that we've done for the last 24 years with other financial advisors. We've already worked out all the kinks and the ins and outs of the journey. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. All you need to do is follow the process precisely. Much like if you were looking for the perfect franchise model, you would follow the process that was already in place. So we have already done the market research for how to build a wildly successful financial services business. If it were a restaurant, you could have a mom and pop burger shop, or you could be part of the most successful franchise ever built in any industry. McDonald's has done all the research for how to build a successful burger shop. We have done all the research on how to build a top 1% comprehensive financial services business. The difference is we won't take a percentage of your profits for the rest of your career. All you have to do is follow the process, and you will be well on your way to having your ideal business and your ideal life. You will have the actions on which you need to begin focusing from day one. So let's begin there. When you enroll in the program, you're going to have access to the process and the script for the Financial Roadmap interview. The Financial Roadmap interview is the most powerful client engagement tool ever created in the financial services world. And that's your first step. You're going to memorize an 8-minute, mostly question-driven script that will guide an hour-long conversation. So you heard me right. You're going to have an hour-long conversation where your script is about 8 minutes. Remember that trust is built by listening to their story, not by telling yours. So we're going to teach you how to ask the right questions in the right order to help your clients and prospective clients think clearly through what's important to them and identify their most important goals. Again, the script and the process have been refined for over 24 years to what it is today. So in the 8 minutes that you're speaking, it will be incredibly impactful. Both current clients and prospective clients love the Financial Roadmap interview. The Financial Roadmap process and conversation will shift your client relationships from whatever it's been in the past to a deeper, stronger relationship where they transfer all their assets to you, do all of their business with you, and pay you appropriately to be your client. I'm going to read 3 emails that were recently received from clients about values-based financial planning. Andrew says, Linda, I had to share this with you. I had a referral conversation with an ideal client, and he provided 5 recommendations because he was so clear on the impact our working together has had on his life, and he wanted to share that with the people that he loves. It was also interesting to hear that he was so happy with our 3-gift process that he took the opportunity to tell me that his name and telephone number were given to an advisor by a friend about 6 months ago without his knowledge. When the advisor called, he told the advisor that because of his financial roadmap and values-based financial planning, that there was, quote, absolutely nothing on earth the other advisor could do or say to even enter into a conversation about his services. I told him I had a trusted advisor, and I shut the door on the subject so completely that I know he'll never call me again, end quote. My best, Andrew. Dennis says, I completed a financial roadmap with a dentist who had been a long-time client. He agreed to implement the comprehensive plan, which generated a one-time revenue fee increase of $2,000 and increased our recurring revenue by $2,000. His spouse was very excited and told me in the All the Money conversation that for the first time in 40 years of marriage, she has seen their total finances on one piece of paper and knows where everything financial is located. Dennis. Now just try to convince me that that won't have a significant impact on the relationship that Dennis has with these clients going forward. Kurt says, Linda, here are some of my latest results. I did another financial roadmap yesterday with a new prospect. They connected with each other in areas that they hadn't connected before. They said, you have to speak with, I got a referral on the spot. Interviews are flowing easier, and in the last 3 financial roadmaps, I got referrals from each. I got 8, 4, and 1 unsolicited. Kurt. When was the last time you received unsolicited referrals in your first meeting with a client, and especially repeated over and over and over again? And what impact would that have on your business? Keep in mind, this is not a silver bullet. It takes time and dedication to the process to generate these kind of results. So let's talk about the time commitment for a moment. It typically takes about 2 weeks to feel comfortable in the process and feel confident with the script. At that point in time, you'll begin implementing the financial roadmap interview in meetings that you already have scheduled with clients or prospective clients on your calendar. If you don't have a lot of meetings already scheduled, we'll give you a script for connecting with past and current clients as well as prospects so that they set up an appointment with you to create their financial roadmap. You and I are going to spend 30 minutes every other week coaching, and you'll spend about 2 hours per week working in your specific action sequences online. We'll cover the coaching and the online systems in a few minutes. For now, let's talk about what's going to happen when you begin to implement the financial roadmap with your clients. Now, here's where things really get exciting. Results. It's all about results. After nearly a quarter of a century of teaching financial advisors how to schedule these meetings and implement the financial roadmap, we found that there are some very predictable results. Keep in mind, Bill did not create the financial roadmap to do these things. These things are a byproduct of following the process. And here's how we know these things will happen. 24 years ago, we taught financial advisors the process and the script for the financial roadmap. And they went out and they implemented it and they reported back to us what happened. Then we taught other financial advisors to go out and implement the financial roadmap, and they reported back to us what happened. Then we taught other financial advisors to implement the process and the financial roadmap, and they did it, and they reported back to us. And we've done that for 24 years with thousands of advisors. When you have that level of implementation over that length of time, two things happen. First, the process becomes better as you make those ever important subtle tweaks and refinements to improve what you teach. And second, you discover predictable results that happen from what you teach. So here are the predictable results that you'll find with your current clients and prospective clients as you implement the financial roadmap process and script in your business. With current clients, you'll find 3 predictable things happen. First, you'll uncover assets that you either didn't know about or assets that you knew about but they were elsewhere and you were not paid on them, and they'll transfer those assets to you. Second, they'll implement all of your advice, even advice that you've given in the past that for some reason they did not implement in the past. Third, they'll send you unsolicited referrals to the kind of people that you'd like to have as ideal clients. On the first one, I often hear, I already have all my clients' money. That may be true. However, there are a number of in-depth studies with very large firms where they ask their advisors if they knew where all their clients' money is. And for the most part, they thought they knew where all the money was and that they had already captured it. But then they polled those very same advisors' clients. And the clients were happy to inform the pollers that he thinks he knows where all the money is, but he doesn't know. So between the two parties, the client and the advisor, who do you really think knows where all the money is? Although you may be the advisor that does have all your clients' money, wouldn't it be great to have a tool that would flush out any money that you didn't know about and strengthen the relationship at the same time? Speaking about them implementing all of your advice, think back to all of the advice that you've given in the past. How much of that advice was actually implemented? Usually, there is a slew of advice that's been tabled for any number of reasons. In the context of the financial roadmap, the client will commit to implement all of your advice. Again, even advice that was given in the past that for some reason they held off on. These are typically one-time commissionable revenues if your business is built to operate receiving commissionable revenues. Regarding referrals, the reason the client's willing to refer you all of a sudden is because of the client experience that you create with the financial roadmap. It's not because you've suddenly changed the way you are as an advisor. It's because of the experience that the financial roadmap creates. That's what becomes referable. You'll hear things like, "This is really great. You have got to do this with my brother or my aunt or my parents or whomever." The point is, they'll enjoy the process and they'll want to refer it to other people. Now again, these are not what we are hoping will happen for you. They're not things that we think might happen. They're things that we've seen happen over and over and over for the last quarter of a century as we've worked with clients all over the world who've paved the way for you. So let's shift our focus to your prospective clients. There are 5 predictable things that will happen when you conduct the financial roadmap interview with prospective clients. First, they'll hire you in the first meeting, usually within about an hour. Second, they'll transfer all their assets to you. Third, they only pay attention to your advice. Fourth, they implement all of your advice. And finally, they provide you with unsolicited referrals. Now, does this mean that every financial roadmap interview you complete, you'll acquire an ideal client? Of course not. What it does mean is that for the clients that you feel meet your ideal client profile and that there is a connection, you'll have a script and a process whereby they engage you immediately. Now, usually this is a time saver because instead of having a pre-planned 2 or 3 meeting client engagement process, you'll be hired on the spot in the first meeting. Gone are the days when a client will, quote, give you a try, or they'll be transferring 80 grand to you to see what you do with it. They'll be transferring all of their assets to you right away. They stop paying attention to the talking heads on TV and radio, and they stop freaking out about the markets or the economy or what's going on in the world. They pay attention to your advice because they understand that you have it all under control and that you have a plan for them. And you will. More on that in a few minutes. There's a part of the script called the commitment to implement. In the commitment to implement conversation, they will commit to implement all of your advice before you spend the time and do the work to create that advice. Again, this is usually a time saver because you won't have to explain every last detail to the client before they implement it. Lastly, your new clients will be happy to refer you even before you've created their advice. Again, it's because of the experience that you create when you complete their financial roadmap interview. That's what becomes more referable. So imagine the economic impact you'd experience if only a fraction of what we've just said actually happened. What would it do for you? What would it do for your business? And how would it impact your success roadmap and your ideal life? Again, we didn't create the financial roadmap to do these things. These are just the real results that our advisors get when they implement what we teach. So do a quick exercise. Take a look at the most recent 10, 15, maybe 20 new clients that have hired you. Actually do the math. What business did you recommend? And what business did they actually do? What would be the economic impact for you to have a system and a process where they did everything that you recommend? My advice is that you schedule an appointment with yourself and actually do the math. And then set your goals to implement this program. The key word here is implement. This is not a silver bullet system. It requires your effort. As you can read here, all the so-called secrets of success will not work unless you do. Your success in this program will be directly linked to the work that you put into it. You already know that I require a minimum of 25 financial roadmap interviews and prefer 50 to be completed during the program. And my expectation is that you'll be willing to do the work to make that happen. For some advisors, that's no problem. They already have 50 clients coming in over the next 6 months that they're going to be seeing anyway. For others, there will be some effort that goes into scheduling those appointments. So you have to ask yourself, am I willing to do the work that my goals require? Let's spend a few minutes on that because that's where my greatest impact is felt. Here's the agenda for my coaching call with advisors in the Ideal Life Evaluation Program. You can see here where our focus will be. We'll spend a few minutes making sure that you're in the right frame of mind and that your environment is set up for maximum success. Then we'll review the purpose of the call to set us in the right direction for our focused time. Every call will be reviewing your success roadmap. You'll develop a relationship with that document, as odd as that may sound. However, the success roadmap, as we've discussed before, can serve as a major source of inspiration on a day-to-day basis. We will strengthen that vision on every call to make it become clearer and clearer. You're going to create an inspiration board and send some photos from that board to me, and we'll connect with those images on every call. Now, there are some critical numbers that your ideal business and your ideal life require. These are like the vital signs for your business, and we'll have a quick checkup on those for every call. We will quickly review your action sequences and check to see that they were complete, or what was complete and what's coming up that you may need some help with. Then we'll check to see how you're progressing on your lists of people to connect with to complete the financial roadmap interviews. I'll be able to see where you might need to spend some more time or develop more skill or areas requiring additional focus. Then we'll spend a good portion of our call reviewing your calendar. Let's be honest, we can all improve our relationship with time and how we navigate through it. In me, you'll have a second pair of expert eyes on how you are using your time. A thought you might never have considered is that 10 minutes of wasted time each day equates to 1 week of lost productivity over the course of a year. My goal is that you are intentional about how you invest your time so that you can focus on those things that are more important in life than money or business. Lastly, we'll talk about your commitment to implement what you need to do over the next 2 weeks and what might get in the way and how to navigate those obstacles. All of these agenda items are designed to motivate and inspire you and to ensure that you're staying on track to actualize your success roadmap. In between our calls, you'll have some work to do, and we'll provide you with a personalized online tracking system so that at any point you'll know exactly what you need to do and what your current return on investment is. Our turnkey business model is literally laid out in a step-by-step process. You can see in this screenshot one of my newest advisor's action sequences. Obviously, nothing has been completed yet, but he knows exactly what he needs to do, and you will too. I've got to ask you, what kind of impact would it create for you to know at any moment exactly what you need to do to accomplish your goals? And how would that change your effectiveness? I hope you're beginning to see how powerful this can really be for you. Let's talk for a moment about what you're going to be providing for your clients so that they're willing to pay you more. First, of course, you'll be helping your clients gain more clarity about what's important to them and defining their milestone-type goals with a financial roadmap. Second, you'll put your ideal clients on a 3-meeting per year cycle. How do you think your clients would feel about knowing that you have all the systems in place so well established that you know your schedule for the year and you've plugged them into your system? They have more confidence in you, and that's important because they need to believe in you now more than ever. So toward that end, I will help you optimize your calendar. First, you'll schedule the once-in-a-lifetime, unmovable priorities for the next 12 months, like 50th anniversaries and high school or college graduations and weddings and that sort of thing. Then you'll schedule your family or other high-priority relationship activities. Then your health and fitness. Get a comprehensive annual physical. Exercise regularly. Eat well. Get more sleep. Rest. What needs to be in your calendar to enhance your mental and spiritual health? Schedule some free time, like vacations, at least 1 week per quarter. 2 is better. There are 13 weeks in a quarter, and we think that you should work 10 of them. That leaves 1 to 2 weeks of vacation time per quarter, and 1 week per quarter should be dedicated to growing your business until you've built the business that allows you to live your ideal life. Then that week can be added to your vacation time, giving you 12 weeks of vacation time per year. Listen to the audio CD that comes with your training materials and watch the financial roadmap video over and over again. And we'll also schedule our coaching appointments. All right, back to the 3-meeting process with your clients. The 3-meeting process is an operating system for delivering comprehensive financial services to your clients and orchestrating all the processes that support it. The objectives of this first effort will be for you to, 1, complete the financial roadmap for your clients based on priority. 2nd, install the 3-meeting process within the first 6 months. 3rd, utilize the meeting plans and agendas provided to standardize the preparation for every client meeting. And finally, you'll learn how to utilize your team and have them prepare the 5 critical reports as a first step to installing more comprehensive financial services. So by now in the process, you have memorized the financial roadmap conversation and started to conduct financial roadmaps with your clients. You've placed your top clients on a 3-meeting per year cycle, and they're really feeling the change for the better in your business. Now, you're going to implement 5 critical reports for your ideal clients. There is a critical report in each of the 5 major areas of financial planning. The 5 critical reports put your client's entire financial life in simple terms that they understand, providing a higher value to each client immediately. Each of the 5 reports is designed to place the critical details of that area of planning on a single sheet of paper. It establishes a simplified, standardized means of communication with your client and your deliverables team for each client's circumstances related to financial planning, money management, estate planning, tax planning, and insurance planning. The 5 critical reports are the implementation plan, we call that the GPS, the circle chart, the tax projection, legacy flow, and insurance grid. Ideal clients become immediately aware that you're taking your service to the next level because you're now requesting that all their documents required to create the 5 critical reports are provided to you. Keep in mind that you don't have to be an expert in each of these areas to do this. In fact, if you have an assistant, it will be your assistant who creates the reports, making you more valuable to your client while simultaneously taking work off your plate. Now that is efficiency. Side note here, if you don't have an assistant, we'll teach you how to hire and train the perfect administrative manager to take unproductive work off your plate so that you can focus on high payoff activities and move toward your ideal life. Through our online resources, one of our world-class faculty, Rick Barrera, will teach you why engaging an assistant is a critical turning point in your career, how to turn your assistant into a turbocharged profit center, what gets in the way of working efficiently with your assistant, how to create the right job description, where and how to find the exact right person for you, interviewing secrets used by professional recruiters to identify the extraordinary performers, what to do in the critical first week, how to keep your assistant in constant learning posture, and low-cost, low-maintenance strategies to ensure that your assistant stays motivated for life. Okay, back to more value for your ideal clients. You'll have an online system that will train you and your staff to create each of the 5 critical reports. The financial planning piece is called the GPS. It is a step-by-step plan of action detailing all the activities envisioned for their entire life at this point. For many clients, this document becomes the financial plan. That's what it is to them, because it lists everything that needs to happen in order to accomplish their goals and to make intelligent decisions about their money. This document is more valuable to the client than a copy of their lifetime comprehensive written financial plan. The money management piece is called the circle chart. It is a quick reference for progress meetings as well as when the clients call and important quick questions are discussed. You'll have the whole picture as you contemplate the best advice. Computers are great, but they are clumsy machines that can detract from an important human communication that's occurring during progress meetings with clients. This one sheet contains client and spouse's names, date of birth, social security number, all the financial accounts, account numbers, cash balances, inflows of income, scheduled outflows of money, and income tax withholdings. It's all there on a single, simple sheet of paper. For tax planning, you'll have the tax projection. You'll insist upon a projection of each year's income taxes to be projected or estimated before the end of each calendar year so that 1, there's still time to take action, and 2, you make sure that there are no surprises come tax time. For estate planning, you'll have the legacy flow. The legacy flow puts your client's estate plan on a single-page graphic, rather than that 1.5-inch thick document that no one without a law degree can interpret. On one page, you'll have all the scenarios envisioned by the current estate plan. Specifically, what happens when she dies, what happens when he dies, what happens when they both have passed. This simple format makes it easy for the client to describe desired changes in the estate beneficiaries or people with decision-making responsibilities during a progress meeting. It gives them confidence that everyone can see their wishes. And for insurance, you'll have the insurance grid. The insurance grid summarizes all their insurance policies detailed on a single sheet of paper. This may well be the very first time that your client has seen all of their insurance policies on a single sheet of paper. This sheet will nearly always generate some necessary action items as you walk through the intent and wisdom of each coverage that's summarized here. These reports are helpful for your clients as they are easy to understand documents that will help them simplify their life and yours. The benefit to you is that you'll have a 5-page summary of your client's entire financial house that will really help simplify your life and your interactions with both your ideal clients and your deliverables team now and in the future. Speaking of simplifying and putting finances in order, we're going to make sure that if you haven't already done so, that you begin to put your own financial house in perfect order. As the saying goes, the cobbler's kids go shoeless. I've found that the majority of financial advisors have done a poor job of making sure that their own financial house is in perfect order. This program will have you do for yourself what you ask others to do. Not only is this operating with integrity, but you'll also understand the benefit of what you do at a much deeper level, having experienced it for yourself. The culmination of your ideal life evaluation program will be attending your values-based financial planning financial roadmap academy in San Diego. This 6-day training program is designed to help you take what you've already learned and implemented to the next higher level. You're going to spend 6 days with some of the best financial advisors in the world as you continue your journey to mastering the financial roadmap interview. About half the time is spent role-playing to sharpen your skills and to learn from those who are farther down on the path than you. And about half the time is spent content learning, you'll have the opportunity to ask unanswered questions or to delve deeper into the content directly with Bill Bachrach and our world-class faculty. Your tuition into the Academy is part of the Ideal Life Evaluation Program, and it includes breakfast and lunch each day, as well as a couple of really nice snacks. Travel to the hotel as well as dinners are on you. You're going to want to spend each evening relaxing and unwinding and conversing with other trusted advisors, as this is critical time to develop relationships with some of the best financial advisors in the world. It's truly an amazing group of people that you are considering connecting into, and they are happy to help you out along your way. So to summarize, what you'll get is a script and a process to begin using with your clients. Coaching with me as your accountability coach every other week through the end of the month of your academy. Online tools and resources to implement the beginning of the values-based financial planning turnkey business model. Begin getting your financial house in order, and 6 days training at the Values-Based Financial Planning Financial Roadmap Academy that will really take your skills to a whole new level. What you'll do is a minimum of 25 financial roadmap interviews. Again, my strong recommendation is that you plan for 50 over the next few months. You'll implement the 3-meeting cycle and 5 critical reports. What you should expect is a radical shift in personal income with a minimum of $30,000 return on your investment in the first few months. More personal time freedom and an overall better quality of life as we focus on the action items that you need to take to become more effective and more efficient. I believe that you're a perfect fit for our model and that you can transition quickly into an ideal practice, or you wouldn't have received this video. But I can only lend you my belief. You need to take that belief and act on it. So when you're ready, so am I. I look forward to being your guide to your ideal life if you so choose. You should have all the information that you need in order to enroll in the Ideal Life Evaluation Program, as that was already sent to you. Of course, if you have questions or if you have issues, feel free to give me a call or send me an email. Again, if there are still any unanswered questions, send those to me before our next call so that I can address those prior to our next call. This is what I do, and I love doing it. We believe in you. We believe that you can have your ideal business. We believe that you can have your ideal life. I look forward to speaking with you again soon, and I look forward to helping you build the kind of business that will allow you to live your ideal life.